Hi, my name is Victoria Paxton and I'm a ceramic artist. I'm based in Perth, Australia, sunny Australia, and not too sunny today because it's a winter time. So I started ceramics 3.5 years ago. So during the COVID, when we went to lockdown for 2 months, we basically not be able to go out. For majority of the people, of course, it was a very tough situation, a tough time, but also COVID was making a big favor for many people as well, because of during that time many people actually changed their job. So I'm one of them. So from beginning I was running yoga studio in South Perth, and I was a teacher, and plus I was on the yoga studio. I was a counter teacher, doing marketing, and in some day it just stops everything. And I love candles. I love beautiful smell. The candles, it's quite expensive to purchase in Australia. So my daughter and I, we decided during the COVID, during that lockdown, to make our own candles. And I learned the process through YouTube, and I started to make those candles. And actually, surprisingly, I was popular to selling them. So that's actually beginning of my creativity. I didn't even know that I am creative person, because of in the past I was study economics or finance, but nothing actually with creativity. So and once I were doing candles, I decided to do a little bit drawings, and friend of mine who were in ceramics, and she was doing ceramics for a while. So she came to my place, and she saw the candles I was doing, and she saw my drawings, and she just realized maybe I'm actually a creative person. And she said, why don't you try ceramics? And she definitely changed my life by offering that. And I signed up for basic course in TEF. I think it was 6 classes, just a beginners friendly course. And I learned just, the base of ceramics. And once I finished the course, I made a piece, I made a vase. Personally, I didn't like the vase. I call her ugly baby. I shouldn't say that, but that's how I call my piece. And at the TEF, I was wanted to hide that piece and walk home and just put somewhere, or maybe throw in the bin. And I asked for the plastic bag, and no one has that. And I just walk in with that vase to my house. And a friend of mine said, why don't we go to a cafe and have some coffee on the way? And we went to a beautiful shop. It's called Arrival Hall. And the owner of the shop, he saw me walking with a vase, and he said, oh wow, where did you get that vase? And I was so shocked, I was so surprised, I didn't expect that. And he said, I like it. And just one person who doesn't know me, who doesn't know who I am, changed my whole entire life by saying that. And I thought, if he likes it, and he has cafe, and it's like a store, furniture store, where they sell Scandinavian design furniture. And obviously it was a big honor for me to hear from him. So because of that, I came home, and at the kitchen table, in that time I was living not in a house, in an apartment. I was just put my daughter sleep, and in the evening, and at the kitchen table, I was building my pieces. That's how I started. The first person who purchased from me, it was my friend.
Do you still remember?
Yeah, oh my goodness. I actually did say to her recently, I think maybe a couple months ago, I said, Oksana, I will always remember and always grateful that you believed in me and you purchased from me pieces. She was the first. So she's a friend of mine. We did yoga teacher training together. And she is American. She's half American and half from Belarus. And she moved to US long time ago when she was a child. And we met each other at the yoga teacher training. And first time when I posted my first post with my pieces on Instagram. Obviously, it's very variable when you post it on Instagram, your first post. You're nervous if the people gonna accept, who's gonna follow you. And of course, first what you do, you ask your friend to follow you. So she followed me and she saw my piece on Instagram first, second, and after that she sent to me a message. She said, look, I just purchased house. I need some pieces for my house. I was shocked because of it was just, I just recently, have that page, my new business page. And just like that, I think she ordered around 3 pieces. And the funny story, she ordered 3 pieces, quite expensive pieces. I decided, I was so grateful that she purchased from me pieces. And I decided to give her extra 1 piece for free. But the problem was she paid for the post. And ceramic is quite heavy. It's not that light and easy, and it's not that cheap to send the ceramic to overseas, especially to US. It's quite expensive. And so I decided to put extra piece in that box. So obviously she paid a little bit more for the postage to send to US. And a friend of mine who was doing ceramics for a while, she said, for the future, don't do that. You should ask her if she wants extra present, because if she's the one who paid for your post. So that's the story. Oksana, if you're watching me, thank you so much. I will always forever be grateful because you're my first customer who purchased from me pieces, and really you did believe in me. So when you started any business, you obviously wanted to build first your name. And I've been approached by amazing shop. They give me unbelievable opportunity. It's exclusive, high-end shop, and that shop has the shops around Australia. So it's not only one shop. It's just quite, they have a shop in Melbourne, in Brisbane, in Byron Bay, in Perth. What I did first, I was working on my marketing. It's very actually important. Be a good artist. Nowadays, unfortunately, it's not enough. You need to also be a good business person. And marketing, it's everything, including Instagram and all social medias. So I will quickly just explain how I started the business idea. So I made a good collection where I was quite proud of it. So I personally like that collection, and I hired a professional photographer who took professional pictures. And after that, I approached 4 shops. I really wanted represented my pieces in those shops. And I was so fortunate to have respond quite quickly, and they were interested to purchase from me because of they wanna send to my pieces not just in one shop, in like 4 or 5 shops around Australia. They wanted 130 pieces. So it was amazing opportunity. It was a dream come true because of the name of the shop, the brand, and it's definitely amazing for the upcoming artist. And I agree on, and I did not even care about the terms. I just wanted to get in to this shop and sign the contract. And the agreement was that I need to make it 130 pieces in 3.5 months. So my mom lives in Russia. My husband is fly out. I have a daughter, I'm a mother, and I have animals, and it's quite, I realized it's not possible without help. So I called to my mom and I said, Mom, I need your help. So she flew from Russia to come and look after whole my family. And during that time, I was just at the studio. In that time, I didn't have a studio as a studio. I had just one of the guest room. I changed to my studio, and I was there working very hard. I was sleeping probably 4 or 5 hours a night and wake up even like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. and go to the studio and continue and do the pieces because of I did not ask for anyone to help. It's handmade, so it should be handmade by me, by as an artist, right? And I made from beginning without any mold, just me and my hands. I made it not 130 pieces like they ask. I have to make more in case if it's during the firing some of the break, during the postage some of the break, or it did not end up nicely. So I have to make around 180 pieces to make sure that if it's anything happen, I have a spare piece. I lost 5 kilos during that period. I didn't eat much. I was exhausted, but I was happy. I was happy to have that contract. So very, very blessed to have that opportunity. And no one says that to be artist and get that opportunity, it will be easy. So you just need to grab, at least the first contract, you need to grab and do everything. And and I made it. And after that, when they start to selling my pieces, my name started to become more recognizable and people start to get to know who I am. So it was a huge jump for me. It's lots of amazing artists at this moment, but I won't mention two artists who are close to my heart. I really love the pieces. I think they are so unique and just amazing. So one, she's Ukrainian lady, and her name is Alexandra Krasnopolska. At this moment, she lives in Spain. She makes beautiful sculptures. Oh my goodness, those sculptures! It's so she made those sculptures. It's like a feminine body, and also she used that clay with the texture and very organic and earthy colors. It's gorgeous. So I followed her. She inspired me a lot by femininity. She's very feminine, and her pieces are as well. The second artist I would like to mention is Jan Ernst. He based in South Africa from Cape Town, and he's amazing. His lamps, it's actually when I saw his lamp, I thought I would love to do lamps as well. So he's basically influenced me, inspired me, and also his clay and media he used, it's very organic and texture and very feel like a very beautiful flow. It's very difficult to give advice. Look, I'm doing only for 3.5 years. Yes, first I have to be honest. You need to build your name. You need to invest your time in your pieces and find the style to actually your name be recognizable, and the style of your work be recognizable as well. So my style, I make it sculptures, I make vases, and at this moment I am making lamps and side tables. So my color of my pieces, it's 4 colors. It's a white, it's a light brown, black, and terracotta. All texture of my clay has a texture like a little sand. It's called raku. That's the clay I use. And everything I've been inspired by nature. So I go out, I have 2 dogs. Every day I go walking with them, and I go through the park. I'm very lucky. The area where I live next to the river, next to the ocean, and I walk with the dogs. I don't just walk with the dogs. I stop by, I look the beautiful flowers, the seeds, the nature, and I'm inspired by that. And my pieces is inspired by nature. So some people already start to kind of recognize my pieces. First, you need to work on your style, on your name, and after that, push a little bit marketing, social media. It's fantastic for that. And now ChatGPT, even English is my second language. ChatGPT helps me a lot. But yeah, I was very fortunate to work with an amazing company, Lenis. It's a jewelry company, and obviously people think, what is the connection jewelry and ceramics? So they asked me to make sculptures for display for 3 shops, and those shops in the beautiful locations. And I was so lucky to have that contract because of they give me completely freedom. So I was just can create whatever I want to create, and it's very rarely when you get like these contracts, because of the still when you're making commission pieces, it's kind of they still put it still has little kind of box. But in that case it was so easy. They said, oh, just do whatever you want to do. And because of that, I created around 33 pieces, and each piece was completely different than another one, but in the same theme. So, and after that, they put some jewelry on display at the shop on my pieces of ceramics, on the sculptures, and it was beautiful. And until now, I receive so many messages and people telling me, oh, I walked past by and I saw your vases, I saw your sculptures with the beautiful jewelry. And the beautiful jewelry, it's one of the kind, so it was amazing project.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, yes. So I've been contacted by Emma, who is the owner of Yellingap Gallery. And so she said, let's just see what you can create for my beautiful gallery. And it also was absolutely freedom. I love working when you don't have any rules. You just do what you want to do, how your soul speaking to you at this moment, right? So yeah, I created beautiful collection, and at this moment I'm working on a second collection, which is I'm gonna drop my pieces maybe in a couple of weeks to the art gallery, will be included few lamps. This is my new project I'm working, and this is the project actually I'm super proud of it, because of I wanted work on lamps for probably over a year, and I was so scared to do it. And I've been actually approached by a few designers who asked me to do lamps, and I say no, because I was just scared to do it. But recently, I think it was like a couple months ago, one lady, she approached me to do the lamp for her house. And I said, oh no, I don't do lamps, I'm scared to do that. And she said, look, no pressure. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, it's okay. And once she said that, in that night, I didn't sleep. I made the lamps. And next day I woke up and also doing lamps. And I was just so inspired by that freedom. And because of that easiness of this collaboration, I made the pieces, and she put those pieces in her beautiful apartment, and it did work. And after that, I realized, oh wow, so I can make a lamps. And now I'm in the process of making lamps. And Yellingap Art Gallery, they're gonna show a few pieces of mine lamps in the gallery.
like you were saying, like fragility, you know.
Yeah, fragility, it's no guarantee it will survive. It's kind of, you know what, another thing, I've been not been approached. So I was in some event with Eastern European community, and one lady, she asked me, what do you do for living? And I said, well, I'm doing ceramics. And she said, oh, you're doing cups. I said, no, I'm doing like more sculptures and more vases. And she said, oh, okay, and how much is your vase cost? And I was a little bit shocked with that kind of, question, very straightforward. And I said, oh, it's depends on the size, depends how much I work on, but, from $500 to $1,000. And she said, what? $1,000? Is anyone paid you for the bus? I was shocked, and instead of being upset, I decided, why don't you just explain how this works with ceramics and what is involved? It's very fragile business, because the reality is like this. Okay, I will just quickly tell how much involved artist in a piece. Like, for example, I'm making a lamp at this moment, right? So I'm into the lamps, I'm making them. So it's a 3 days working on a lamp. It's fully 3 days. So I wake up and I drop my daughter to the school, and I'm just working, pick her up from school and make some dinner and working until late, until when I put her sleep. So 3 days, full 3 days, each day maybe 10 hours work, right? So, and after that, it's a process around maybe 4 or 5 weeks drying the piece. During the drying, the piece can break. And whatever you invest, it's just gone to the bin. And also, if it survives during the drying the piece, you put in for the firing, you fire twice. And also, it's no guarantee it will survive. It could survive first firing, but after the glazing firing, it could not survive. So it's a process of 2 months, and it's no guarantee the piece will survive. And no one count how many hours you invest in that, right? No one kind of count the creation. You have to actually create the piece as well, The piece needs to be unique, one of the kind. It doesn't come like that. It's a whole process. So even to charge that amount of money, I think if you calculate, if minimum wages, like let's say $22 an hour, it will be still, not enough. I'm actually proud of 2 pieces. First, it's from my seed collection. Ben is laughing because he was like, Victoria, you like to talk. I didn't expect it I would talk that much, but look like I do. Yes, so I like 2 of my collections. One is the seed collection where I made it vases, and they look like a leaf. So that's most of my pride. And the second one, at this moment I'm working on the lamps, and the lamps I'm making, they are gorgeous. I don't even have lots of my own ceramics in the house, but I keep 2 lamps for my own house because I love them so much. In 5 years, 5 years, it's a long time, right? I would love to do working with more materials. I would like to learn more about glass, wood, and limestone. I would like to move myself to more making furniture for the future. I don't know how, I don't know when, but I'm hoping that this will be my next step. I already start to make lamps and side tables. So yeah, next probably it will be glass and wood.